So the Drake targeting took a very serious turn. Drake's security guard has been listed as the person who was hit on his property. Police described the event as a drive-by and said the security was found unconscious with a hole in his upper chest. He was rushed to the local hospital and immediately underwent surgery. So first off, I wish for his safe recovery and I pray for him and his family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a video.
Not clear if Drake is in the home or was in the home last night, Natasha, or exactly where on the property the shooting took place, whether it was inside the home, on the front lawn, outside on the street, or where exactly it took place. A source has told CBC News the person that was shot was a security guard, and that police were told that that person was unconscious and had received a gunshot wound to the upper chest. And again, that person was rushed to hospital. We understand they underwent some kind of surgery. We don't have an update on that person's condition what the state is of their health right now. Those are all the details we know so far. Now, again, police obviously on scene. We're hoping they'll give us a bit of an update as soon as possible so we can learn more about what happened here early this morning.
Well, one of the questions it's raising, Megan, is, of course, Drake has already been in the headlines. I don't know how closely everyone's been following this, but if you follow hip-hop or if you're following entertainment news, Drake has been in this ongoing battle, this rap feud with Kendrick Lamar. So tell us about that a bit.
Yeah, and that's really been heating up over the last few days. It's a feud that's been going on for years, but it really has ramped up in the last couple of days with both musicians releasing multiple tracks aimed at each other, containing lyrics with pretty ugly personal insults. One of the songs that Kendrick Lamar released when he put it out on his social media channels, the cover art for that track included an image of this house behind me, of Drake's house, an aerial shot. Now, it's pretty well known that Drake has a mansion in Toronto, in this area of Toronto, but that image of his exact house had been put out by Kendrick Lamar. And again, both artists taking shots at each other through their lyrics, very ugly feud that has had a lot of people talking in recent days. And then this shooting at the house earlier this morning. Now, there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that feud is connected to what happened here last night, but people online, certainly who do follow the two rappers, are certainly talking about it, and quite likely that'll be one of the questions for police if they speak to us this morning, Natasha.
CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick in Toronto. Thank you.
The Drake targeting has been heating up. I mean, Not Like Us was spray painted on Drake's London store, but the really disturbing thing is that, like the news reporter said, people are blaming Kendrick Lamar for it. I mean, Kendrick did post that image of Drake's house, but that's well known, on top of all of the child offender symbols on top of it, implying that Drake is a predator, and we all know how people feel about predators. But in particular, there's this one tweet from Drama Alert, and please direct all your hate to Keemstar, who owns Drama Alert, but basically it says Kendrick Lamar may be responsible for the shooting at Drake's house. He teased us on Meet the Grams, a potential pew-pew, with the lyrics, I'm looking to shoot through any predo that lives, keep the family safe. Yikes. I mean, people are reacting to this. Personally, I think there is zero chance that Kendrick Lamar is involved. In fact, quite the opposite. It may actually have to do with The Weeknd. They are both from Toronto, and apparently both of their crews are beefing right now. So Love is Back 24 on Twitter writes, I got tea. The shooting has nothing to do with Kendrick. The Weeknd's manager, Cash XO Mansion, was shot at last week by OVO, and a security guard ended up getting shot. And The Weeknd's people, XO, reportedly spent the block at Drake's mansion. I think she meant sent the block. OVO and XO are at war. So this is the exact article, and someone in my last video pointed this out too. The shootings are very similar, so it may actually have to do with the Weeknd. So security guards shot outside $12 million Encino mansion owned by popular music executive known as XO. And I'll just play this video for all of us to watch.
Investigators, they're still trying to piece together exactly what led up to a shooting outside a music executive's house.
Security guard was rushed to the hospital, and the armed suspects are still on the loose. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes joins us from Encino, where the crime took place. Rob?
Yeah, the hunt is on for those 3 suspects. They took off after shooting a security guard several times. Now, the mansion where this all went down is right down this long driveway. It is the home of a successful hip-hop music producer.
The Encino home must have seemed like a good target, a 7-bedroom, $12 million mansion. But whoever tried breaking into it may not have expected to find a security guard on the property. And LAPD says the suspects opened fire on that guard, shooting him several times.
The wait time for any police officer to come is about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and these people just need 10 to 15 minutes to come in and leave your house.
Neighbors are clearly frustrated, saying break-ins and burglaries here have been taking off. We did a data dive into the latest crime stats and found that burglaries in LAPD's West Valley division are up 30% since 2019.
Yeah, I know in the past year 3 break-ins have happened. It's a gated community. Our walls are like 15 feet high, so it's kind of scary that they can just figure out ways to jump over these walls and enter your property like that.
In this case, LAPD says it is now searching for 3 men who were behind the shooting. It happened around 2:30 this morning. The security guard, said to be in his 30s, no word on his condition. The mansion in question, owned by this man, Amir Esmailian, a music producer known in the industry as XO, who worked with hip-hop stars like Travis Scott and The Weeknd. One woman who lives in the neighborhood says despite the shooting, she isn't worried about crime here.
It's a very safe neighborhood. I feel very safe running in it. I'm sure it's something related to whoever the owners were.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this theory because it sounds a lot more plausible that they just had an eye for an eye situation. But I just want to say violence is never the answer. There's also people who believe it could be a warning from the elites, since Drake is connected to high-ranking people like Epstein. And if you want a video on how Drake is connected to Epstein, I'll gladly make one because it has to do with Lucien Grange.
Police have swarmed Drake's house in the front of it, and this comes after an extremely upsetting event. One of his security guards has been taken out. He was rushed immediately to the hospital and is not expected to survive. This comes after a car drove by and took him out. They were not able to apprehend the suspects, at least not yet, and it's possible that those individuals will get away. But this is much deeper than just them taking out Drake's security guard. This is a warning to Drake. This is a warning that it can get to him no matter what. That he is not safe even in his mansion surrounded by security guards. This right here is a message to him. You can take a look. Here's a picture of Drake with Diddy. Diddy posted this picture in 2018 saying happy birthday to Drake, them celebrating together. Drake and Diddy have very close ties, and the things that Drake knows are certainly things that a lot of very powerful people do not want getting out, especially considering the fact that there are many beefs that are currently going around in the entertainment industry, especially in the rap industry. And this is a drive-by footage of someone walking on the street in front of his house. It is actually really accessible, despite the fact that it is in a super luxurious neighborhood with many 30, 40, 50, and even more $1 million houses. You can see that is the security guard in front. This video was recently taken a matter of months ago, and the security guard will actually ask you to leave if you get too close. Unfortunately, it is possible that the very security guard in this video is the one who was taken out. Even though Drake is the one that most people are going to be interested in hearing updates on, I do want to take a second to pay our respects to the security guard who did unfortunately likely lose his life. Obviously, he has a family who loves him and cares about him, and to see that happen as a result of beef between rappers as a warning by the elites, this right here is extremely sad stuff, and it shows how evil these people are. Our enemies are not just bad people, they are truly the scum of the earth, and they do the most horrific, awful things on a consistent basis just to get more money, power, and to protect themselves.
So what do you guys think about all of this mess? Sound off in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting my face here, and let's roll the outro.